I love chocolate. I don't think I'd ever be able to give up chocolate. I'm Lorelei, registered dietitian nutritionist, and I'm here to let you know that a healthy diet can include chocolate. We talk as dietitians a lot about moderation, and I think that that's a great way to incorporate chocolate into your life in small quantities. But another thing to think about is, how can I make the chocolate that I consume healthier? Chocolate itself has some beneficial properties. It has antioxidants in it. It even contains small amounts of certain minerals such as magnesium, calcium, and iron. So including it in your diet is not a negative. We just want to see if we can do it in the healthiest way possible. If you choose chocolate that is high in the percentage of cacao or cocoa, it actually is very low in sugar and it can be really beneficial. You will see this on labels for dark chocolate if it is higher in that content. So sometimes you'll see 70% cacao content, 75%, even 80%, I've even seen 90%, which starts to become very bitter, very not sweet, but you can get away with anything 70 and above. This year, I bought my chocolate in bulk because I do have some chocolate projects, believe it or not. This is a 72% cacao dark chocolate that I got from Trader Joe's, and this is over a pound of chocolate, and it's just an affordable way to do it if you're going to use a bunch of dark chocolate. You can also get single dark chocolate bars that are about 3.5 ounces. It's not the cheapest thing to do, but you can sometimes find them on sale. And if you melt down this chocolate, you can make your own chocolates using healthy foods. Today, I'm going to show you how you can make chocolate orange slices, dipping just a regular orange in melted chocolate. Of course, we've all heard of chocolate strawberries, and it's the exact same premise. This time of year, oranges are more readily available than strawberries. So I just have one navel orange, and I have one that was pretty easy to section, and I sectioned it out. I'm gonna melt the chocolate. I'm gonna dip the orange slices into the chocolate. I'm gonna let the chocolate harden, and this is a really delicious but easy and healthy dessert treat that you can make for yourself or maybe somebody else. You can even keep these slices in the refrigerator for a couple days if they last that long. I am not a chocolatier. I don't have the perfect formula for melting and tempering chocolate, but I do my best. The first thing you need to do is just chop up your chocolate. So I only have about 1/4 of this bar left. I use the rest of it for other projects, but I'm gonna chop this up. 1/4 of a 17.5 ounce bar is over 4 ounces of chocolate. So this is gonna be a little more than you would get from like a single chocolate bar that you would buy in the store, but that would be plenty to do a chocolate dipped orange, and you probably still have leftovers. I'm gonna start by just cutting it with a knife and try to get this as small as you can. Some people will melt chocolate in the microwave, and you can certainly do that. I have done it before. You just have to be careful that you don't get it too hot. There's a whole science behind chocolate making. I am not an expert at it, but I do know that if you are melting chocolate, you want to get it to the point where it's warm enough that all the chocolate can get melted, but you don't want it to get hotter than that. A lot of times people will melt most of the chocolate and then add some more chocolate to help temper it and bring the temperature down, and then the heat of the chocolate melts the chocolate that you're adding. The other way to do that is to just not completely melt it over the heat source. Take it off the heat source and allow it to finish melting using the heat that's in the already melted chocolate. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not trying to do fancy chocolates. I'm just trying to melt some chocolate and get it on some stuff. So I'm not gonna overly worry about tempering, but if that's something that you're interested in, you can certainly look up how to do that. Right now, I've got a pan heating on the stove, and I'm gonna use a double boiler. This means there's not going to be a flame directly beneath the chocolate. There's going to be water heating in a pan, and then I'm putting a bowl into that pan, and the chocolate is going to melt inside the bowl. And then once this chocolate's chopped, I'm going to put it in that bowl and just stir it while it's melting. When it's almost melted, I'm going to take it off, let it finish melting, and then from there, the rest of the process is pretty straightforward. Once the chocolate is completely melted, and this really just takes a couple of minutes, you can start to do your dipping. So orange slices, I'm gonna just do it with my fingers. Just kind of drop it into there, turn it around a couple times. I'm not worried about getting the whole orange slice covered. I think it looks pretty when you can see part of the orange peeking out, and that part you can hold on to when you later go to bite into the chocolate. Let it kind of shake off, and then put it on some parchment or something that it will be able to easily come off of. Just set it down and do all your slices. This looks really elegant, but it was actually really easy. And as you can see, there's more chocolate than I needed to cover one whole orange. So now I can put some other things in this chocolate as another snack. A couple things that I recommend are walnuts. Take a little corner of your walnut, dip it in the chocolate. You can completely cover it or cover just half of it. Place it on the parchment paper, and these will keep a lot longer in the fridge. You can try it with unsweetened dried cherries. I just have a little bit of chocolate left at the bottom of the bowl. I'll throw in a few ingredients like chopped nuts, shredded coconut, maybe even some rolled oats. Mix it up, and then you can just make it into little clumps. And the chocolate will hold everything together. I used to always make chocolates for my father for Christmas because he wasn't supposed to eat sugar, but he did like a treat every once in a while. And I used to try to come up with creative things that were healthy that could be dipped in a little bit of dark chocolate to make them just that much more special. Give it a try. It's really easy, really fun, and it does make for great gifts as well. Beats the heck out of those chocolate oranges you have to crack. A real orange in there, so good. Wow.